Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the most bizarre interviewees on British telly.
Oh, Mr. Ben, you're still here.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Mr. Broccoli. Good Morning Britain has been a host to a lot of strange guests over the years, so we weren't exactly surprised when a man donning green face paint and a broccoli-shaped hood appeared on our screens.
I've always been a piece of broccoli.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Though his cause, focusing on climate change issues, seemed admirable enough, his insistence on the bit and clear inexperience when it came to televised debates turned this one into an absolute train wreck.
You know, all I know that a plant-based food system.
You don't know much about the science. I mean, with respect
I'm
to
not a
broccoli, if
scientist,
you're going to tell me
Pete,
to give up meat, you've got to know about the science. Otherwise, why should I listen to you?
Well, peas, a plant-based food
Are you
system
calling pears peas?
Well, yeah.
Why?
I thought it'd be quite nice.
All of his jokes fell completely flat, and he didn't really have an answer for anything. It became clear that whatever political statement he was trying to make in his interview was being undercut by his own attempts to get a laugh in.
Sorry, I've just got a call. That's the wrong way up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not really helping the argument, are you?
And Piers and Susanna let him have it. Number 9. David Blaine.
Of course, you're famous in this country as well for appearing in a car advert, doing tricks as well. Card tricks. Excellent.
It doesn't take much to get Eamon Holmes to lose his rag, and this illusionist memorably got under his skin all the way back in 2001. Holmes asked a series of questions that went unanswered, as Blaine acted not entirely present.
What do we get with you? Are you an illusionist? Are you a trickster? What is it? Are you a stuntman? What are you? How would you describe yourself? I'm just a showman.
The really crazy moment comes when Blaine raises his hand to show that he has drawn an eye on his palm.
The eye in the hand. And what is that? What is the eye in the hand? Let's see that again.
Protection.
Protection. What does that mean?
Protection from death.
Oh.
Blaine's conduct was much lampooned afterwards, and 18 years later he would admit to Holmes that it was all an act, to get people to watch his work.
Myself. But when I was exiting I'm glad one of us thought it was fun.
We guess it was a success in that way. Number 8. The human puppy. Yeah, there is a point in time where absolutely anything could make it onto This Morning. No holds barred.
And just have a chance to chill and relax and have fun with the sort of simple things of life.
That was certainly the case in this segment, which saw a gentleman who liked to dress and act like a dog. Apparently it was their means of escapism from their busy life as a theatre technician.
What do you eat when you are spot?
You can eat stewed beef and sort of chicken tikka masala.
What was even more odd about this piece is that they didn't come alone. They were accompanied by their ex-fiancée, who sat there with Holly and Phil for this all-timer of a bizarre interview.
But you won't go out walking with him and all that sort of stuff. You don't do any of that.
No.
Number 7. A robot.
Sophia, do you know what programme you're on?
Yes. Good Morning Britain.
From humans imitating animals to machines imitating us, Good Morning Britain made headlines when they had this realistic robot appear on airwaves. Artificial intelligence has come a long way since this interview, but at the time, this was very unnerving for many.
What's the best thing about the UK compared to America, Sophia?
I love your posh English accent.
Piers was in awe as the machine answered all their questions, and his delight was matched by our fear that this was the beginning of some sort of robot uprising. Well, that still hasn't happened yet, but this interview still haunts our dreams.
What cheese would you use to persuade a bear to come down from a tree?
What cheese would I use to persuade a bear to come down from a tree? I don't know. What cheese?
Come on, bear.
Number 6. Naughty Knitters.
Sandra Whitcomb and Di Wheeler. Unashamed and unapologetic.
Lorraine's chatted with some odd characters throughout her run, but none were quite this rude. And we're not talking about their temperament. No, these lovely ladies get together to stitch up some cheeky dolls that will have your jaws on the floor. Inspired by a knitting book that made similar dolls, the two filled their shop window with full frontal doll nudity, which was met with some controversy.
Well, we had one complaint.
Just one.
And it just went stupid.
They came onto the show to fight for their right to show off their dolls' bits and bobs, and honestly, Lorraine was pretty convinced by the end of it.
Do you think people are now going to have fun knitting naughty things?
Yes, yeah.
Number 5. A fairy. Holly and Phil found themselves at a loss for words during their conversation with this unconventional guest, Fairy Blossom.
This is so exciting to be here today.
Perched upon a toadstool, she recounted her origins in an enchanted forest where she slumbered within a magical flower unfolding its petals.
And can you fly?
Of course I can fly.
However, a malevolent enchantment befell her family, transforming her sister into a human forced to reside in Battersea, London. Such wickedness indeed. Closing her appearance with a fairy-inspired poem, she gracefully vanished from the studio, leaving a sight seldom witnessed on national television.
Bye.
It's so lovely to meet you, Fairy Blossom. Bye-bye.
Lovely to see you.
Number 4. Nudist. I mean, what more can you say about this?
It was a eureka moment for me. I just sort of realised that actually my body is just...
GMB had a nude guest on the show after there was a row about sunbathers baring their skin in public. This guest showed up in character, completely naked, and the screen had to be blurred throughout the whole segment.
You ever done a naked swim?
I haven't, and I should.
Imagine you just turned the channel on and been greeted by this. It'd be enough to make you faint. Either way, the debate remained civil throughout. Well, as civil as you'd expect when one of the speakers is doing full frontal.
I'm comfortable. I wish I'd discovered naturism and body freedom so many years ago.
Number 3, dog.
And between us, he's Golden Labrador Bounce.
Don't worry, it's not another fellow dressed up as a canine. This time it's just a straight-up dog. Dogs, actually. You know, given the old adage of how you should never work with children or animals, dogs sure seem to pop up as guests on television a lot. Such as in this case, when the BBC brought on a lovely pooch named Bounce for a piece about how dogs can read people.
And if somebody says something which is actually quite harsh, but with a smiling face, are they able to draw that distinction?
Well, Bounce even got their own title card, which has been the source of memes for years. For some reason, they thought this should be on national news television. Not that we're complaining, of course. Number 2, the wrong guy.
And the growth of music online. Well, Guy Cuny is the editor of the technology website News Wireless. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
This BBC interview became historic due to a case of mistaken identity, where the wrong person was accidentally put on camera. Guy Gomer, who was at the Beeb for an IT job interview, was mistaken for a technology expert and interviewed live on TV.
When I came, they told me something else, and I'm coming. You got an interview there, so it's a big surprise anyway.
A big surprise.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
Once introduced, Gomer realised the mix-up, but attempted to answer the presenter's questions as best he could.
Actually, if you can go everywhere, you're gonna see a lot of people downloading to the internet.
He had his actual job interview just minutes after this unexpected screen debut, but despite everything, he wasn't hired by the BBC. Nevertheless, this live mix-up remains one of the most memorable moments in news history. Number 1, a very different robot. Think that other robot was weird? You haven't seen anything yet.
We've turned her off.
Yes.
So that she doesn't come out with anything
inappropriate.
Of course.
Yeah. Yes.
Introducing Samantha, the creation of Aaron Lee Wright, a robot with unique capabilities. Far from your ordinary machine, Samantha assists Aaron and his wife in intimate moments.
Well, I had 2 children myself, and they actually... Samantha has a family mode, which it's impossible.
Yet her repertoire extends far beyond this, boasting a family mode where she can crack jokes, share fun facts, and narrate stories. Despite Aaron's enthusiasm, not everyone shares his excitement.
This is not real. She is not called Samantha. She's a piece of whatever you've made.
Holly and Phil express reservations, deeming Samantha's role as a step too radical. What's the strangest guest you've seen appear on the telly? Let us know in those comments below.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.